Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Windwalker's Flying Circus. As you can see in the stream title and what you can hear on the microphone, I am quite clearly sick, and I sound like Barry White. So I will try to keep talking to minimum because my throat is so sore. But I want to play a little bit, and I know I haven't been streaming in a while, so I'll do what I can while I can. Just bear with me a few moments. Okay, this looks good. I unlocked the RE 2005 VDM from the Battle Pass, so I'm going to be testing that out a little bit. Allegedly, this is a variant of a plane that has a BF-109 engine, and it has more guns, so I'm expecting that this thing is not going to be as good because due to more guns and ammo, it's actually heavier. But this used to be a pretty solid plane. Although I'm not really sure whether this thing is worth to be 6.0. 5.7 probably would be better fit, but we'll see. What else? Is there anybody else online? Not quite. Well. Hey man, how you doing? Man, I feel like shit. Well, not so good. I have a throat ache, nose is stuffed, and occasional fever. But I took quite a lot of meds. And here I am because I can't sit in bed anymore. Literally, my body hurts from sitting in bed. And let me tell you, these meds ain't fucking cheap. I don't know what happens. It's been a while since I've been sick. But I went to the pharmacy and I was like, for nose drops and shit. I was like, are you insane? I was like, they cranked up the prices of meds so much. And I was like, fuck me. That thing used to be dirt cheap. Now you can't even fucking get sick without going broke. At 6.0, this thing is going to face a lot of jets. Also, if I remember right, this thing shoots pretty high, so I have to play a couple of games to get used to the guns. The engine is, well, I don't know if it's better. It climbs well. But at the same time, I'm going to be facing a lot of American high flyers like Mustang H. It could have been better, Jacob, but good morning to you. Give me a second, I'm gonna blow up my nose. Fortunately, I have 4 days off in a row, so at least I don't have to go on a sick leave. I should be okay by then, I hope. But the last 2 days at work were not fucking fun when you're sick like this. Yeah. Almost done with the flu. Well, good for you. It's gonna take me 3 or 4 days minimum until I become functional again. See, this is the problem with mix of jets and props. The jets are already like 20 kilometers ahead of you. So by the time I get there, it's gonna be questionable if there is anything else left to kill. So I gotta wipe my screen. Okay. From Wednesday till now, Jesus. But throat, I think it's the worst. I couldn't really breathe. It feels like bronchitis or something like that. I think it's a little bit better now, but not by much. Well, I've wrapped myself with a blanket, so that should be okay. I just can't be in bed anymore. It literally hurts. Yeah, thanks, man. I mentioned before you joined, like, did I miss something, or the fucking pharmacy, like, industry raised prices by 50%? It's like, even the fucking cough syrup is like, that shit used to be dirt cheap. I went to the store and I was like, yeah, 10 euros for fucking, like, cough syrup. And I was like, what the fuck? That costed like 4 euros. I don't know. I haven't been sick in a while, but still. Can you help me get all 6? I mean, well, what do you mean by help? I can't really play it on your account, can I? Besides, those 262s are not even that good. Early jets are a little bit painful. That's a mistake, bud. Also, my aim is potato, because I haven't played this plane yet. This guy is not alone. No idea what the hell is this guy doing, but F80. Are you serious, pilot snipe? Dude, I wasn't even, like, exposing my canopy. Like, what?
Thank you very much.
Whatever. Dude, I'm in no condition to squat up today. I'm literally barely even functioning, let alone to have any form of team coordination. If you haven't noticed, I'm sick as a dog. To be frank, I didn't even want to play War Thunder in the stream. I was thinking about digging through my Steam library and picking a game that I haven't played or something else. I don't know. I finished this MB326. It's actually super fun plane to fly. At least in realistic. I don't know how it flies in arcade, but it's actually pretty damn good. On the other hand, the Hawks are kind of dog shits. Where are the Hawks? What's that? In France? No. Great Britain? Yeah. The Hawks, I got the first one. It gets absolutely decimated in RB. But it's actually pretty solid in Sim, and these modifications I got them from Sim. And I'm not expecting that the 11.3 one is going to be any better, because you're just way too slow. Just way too slow. I mean, I can take it for a spin to show you. You get AIM-9Ls that get flared so easily. I don't know why they ruined the AIM-9Ls so much. They're worse than the R60s now. But this thing is really a struggle bus in RB. Once you get it up and running and get the AGMs, it's going to be very useful in tank battles. But purely RB, nah. Strike jets have literally very little purpose in it. It's just, I blame the game modes, because the game doesn't really give you anything to do except base bombing, and that's your primary purpose. So, you know, you're not supposed to dogfight with these planes. And then you get on a shitty map like this. Goddamn. It's a nice looking plane, but it's also horribly slow. In Sim for base bombing and actually farming modifications, it's okay. Unfortunately, my batteries died in my joystick. I gotta replace them. But honestly, I'm on a very tight budget this month, so no unnecessary expenditures. And even buying medicine was not planned, so playing this is gonna have to wait for the next month. This month, because I switched jobs, and the training that I did for this job was not paid, so technically I only got like 1/5 of my wage, or actually 1/4 of my wage this month. So yeah, shenanigans are gonna have to wait.
It sounds like
Hey.
the pitter-patter of...
Hey, just because I'm in deep shit, that doesn't mean you have to donate, dude. I'll survive. But thank you. I appreciate it. It's not the first time that I'm in shit like this. But it's been a while since I've been in shit like this. The good news is my diet works. I dropped to 97 kilos, which is awesome. But I gotta bring it down for 10 more. So hopefully in the next couple of months that's gonna happen. 84, good job, dude. For your height, that's kind of optimal. You're a few centimeters shorter than me, so yeah, that's your optimum. Mine should be 87, but I'll be happy with 90. Being sick helps, yeah, I bet. You have zero desire to eat. Besides, whatever I try now, it tastes like cardboard, so doesn't matter whether I'm gonna actually eat cardboard or caviar, it all tastes the same. Maybe I should have brought a little bit more fuel. This is a subsonic plane, but 15 minutes on a map of this scale, and not to mention that I'm in a fucking up tier, 11.7, in a 10.7, which is not designed for combat at all. So, if I can make it alive to that base, that's gonna be a fucking miracle. And there's an F4 dead ahead. You know, if my M9Ls were a little bit more reliable. There he is. Let's see if he's going to see that. If not, that's going to be a free kill. Lols. Okay. Confirmed. He did not see that. I'm also getting painted by something. When nothing comes in and output comes both ways. Yeah, well, I didn't have any stomach issues, no vomiting or, you know, raging diarrhea. So, just fever, very sore throats, nose running, so, you know, standard flu. But not pleasant. The hell is that MiG-23? He is kind of creeping on me. The problem is, this being a MiG-23, that means he has radar missiles. If he has radar missiles, I'm pretty much fucked. Jesus Christ, come on. I think I finally unlocked 500-pound bombs, so we're carrying 5. I don't think that's going to be enough for a base, but no, not even close. But when you do it in sim and you survive, the longer you survive, you get more XP. So this is actually very doable in sim. I had exorcism both ways. Jesus. Well, then it might not be just the flu. Although flu affects people in various ways. And yeah, that's no bueno. Well, at least I hope you stayed at home and rested properly. You know, it was kind of expected that you were going to get sick. You were working non-stop, day after day after day. It takes a toll. I mean, you can't avoid it. Let's see if I can get involved here. Maybe sucker punch a guy. Oh, that guy's dead. There was a MiG-21 somewhere. Yep. And a MiG-23. Shit, that's one out of the equation. Ah, you fucking joking. Yeah, you dumped the flare in the very last fucking second, and that fucking saved you. Bullseye. Damn MiG-23 is just gonna outrun me. Well, since the closest friendly is 40 kilometers away, well, there is one J7. And I kind of overstayed my welcome here. It's time to get the fuck out of Dodge. Because this thing also carries, what, 200 rounds? Not a lot, but it's a dual 30 mils, which are pretty good. Wait, how much? Yeah, 200 rounds. I'm not sure if it gets gun pods. But even so, I mean, gun pods make your plane exceptionally heavy. So, this thing being slow, it's probably not the smartest thing to do. Oh, there we go. J7 nailed him. Well, I did better than I expected. 2 planes and a half the base. Oh, shit. That's a Phantom. And no. It's only a premium knucklehead. But he has stronger pull, so I gotta make him overshoot. Oh, this is not good. Ugh. Anybody? Assistance? That would be nice. Come on, baby. You know, it's not a smart thing to do this versus a Phantom, even in a fully upgraded plane, and this thing is far from being upgraded. Never mind, he just J'd out and give me the kill because he thought that's gonna stop him from smacking the ground. He stalled himself out. Lols. Thank you. I will take a free kill anytime. Jonesy was by yesterday. How is he? Well, they still got 2 enemies. One of them is a starfighter. He's getting, oh damn. Yeah, I just don't get it. How the hell is he getting so overweight? He is young. You would expect that his, metabolism is actually capable of dealing with that. We gotta make a deal. Once they come to Denmark, we're gonna fucking drill sergeant his ass into shape. Okay, that's a bot. Gonna want a job in the hut. hell is that runway? Interesting thing about this thing, it has flare canisters right above the engine, so technically these should work better, but you know, kinda not sure whether that's even modeled right. Oh, on the target of the blind hunt? Okay. Oh, it does have a drag chute. Okay. Now, for people that don't know, when you have a blind hunt on you, or Avenger or anything, and you're on the runway, all you have to do when you fully repair and rearm, you just J out, and then that's gonna skip to the enemy that actually activated it. Lols. Then you just get airborne again. There you have it. So the F5 is one of them, and the other one is this. Oh, he's the last guy. Starfighter died. Very nice. I doubt that there's going to be time to reach that base to bomb it once again. Would be nice to get some extra points. We'll see. Selmiak, what is that? Whoa, shit. I retracted my gear too fast. Lols. We good. Just a slight weight reduction. Wait, isn't that the what do you call it? Salty licorice? Ammonium chloride. Oh, okay. Yeah, well. Yeah. Wow, I ended up first on the board in a strike fighter. And I got 20,000 XP. Thank you. I'll take that. We got bigger bombs. Good. What we need... Well, we need pretty much everything. But of course, the most important upgrade is Rank 4. But if we want to use this for CAS, we're going to need those AGMs. What's the rank of this in tanks? Does it say? We need weight reduction, so let's go with that. Also, we need to swap bombs. Now, there's got to be some weight limitation, probably. 272 kilos of TNT equivalent. So if we bring two 500s, how much is that? 117. So 234 combined. So it's definitely worth to bring 1,000 instead of two 500s, because this 1,000 or 500, you never look at the weight of the bomb itself, because that counts the casing as well. So always look for the amount of TNT equivalent. Okay. We got half of the cover. I got some XP boosters that are about to expire anyway. Yeah, getting any of this it's not likely. Where did you send it? To Discord? Oh my god. Yeah, and I can recognize them immediately. You mixed them up. You ass. This is like those candies in Harry Potter movie. It's like some of them can taste fantastic, but some of them can taste like goblin boogers. So, I don't know. I tried that licorice. God, I didn't like it at all. I mean, I guess people develop taste for it, but I'm not gonna be among them. Well, you know, I have no doubt that they have some medicinal, like, benefits, but man, if they have to taste like that, I'd rather stay fucking sick. Says the man that drinks coffee. Well, truth to be told, I haven't had a coffee in, well, not nearly in the quantities that I used to drink. I do occasionally have a coffee once every 2-3 weeks, but considering that I was drinking like 4 to 5 big mugs per day, yeah, I would say that's a significant change. I've been drinking tea a lot lately. Wait, did I pop a booster for this? I think I did. No, this was some forest fruit kind, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those cheap ones, but you know, at this point, it's more important for me that I drink something hot to, you know, loosen up my throat a little bit. There is a very particular blend that I like to drink when it comes to tea, but generally speaking, I drink tea only when I'm sick. So the name of the game with this plane is Stay Away from Main Combat Area. And if you have the opportunity to pop a sucker that doesn't pay attention, by all means. But overall, do avoid combat as long as you can. Because in a furball, you're not going to survive. It's just not fast enough. nice if my friendlies would clear the airspace a little bit. It seems like they're getting hammered. Also, since the latest trailer announced finally the addition of MiG-25, which I was strongly against, because that plane is going to be fucking worthless unless they put it in some ridiculously low BR, because that thing was designed to intercept nuclear bombers. It wasn't meant for dogfighting. And, you know, engines had to be overhauled like after only 4 hours of flights, because it would literally burn. Piss off, A6. Don't see it, don't see it. Severe, okay, I will take that. That's a kill, and that's really good because I popped 150% booster. Didn't want to ditch my bombs. Okay, bombs away. Same effects. Still got one missile left. The antennas can be quite a nuisance, and it seems like it will be. Piss off. Of course, the first flare is gonna fucking... And am I alone? Of course I am. So at this point it doesn't really fucking matter. But if I could bag this guy... Fuck. Let's not do that. Shit. Yeah, of course he's gonna hit me. Because he can spray his fucking 1,000 rounds. While I got 20 fucking rounds. Yeah, well. As I said, this thing is not made for fighting. Maybe with the upgrades, but it's just so slow. So freaking slow. Energy recovery is just... Ugh. And why do I have a crew lock when I got shot? That literally makes no sense. If I crashed without being killed, then yes. But considering I got shot down, there is no reason for me to be crew locked. And I'm pretty sure I was the last guy standing. And I still have a crew lock? Wow, okay. Esports ready. Ugh. Whatever. So, my idea is, because the MiG-25, I expect it's going to be around 11.0, 10.7. I recently got this shit. And this thing I wanted to fly in sim quite a lot. So, by spading this thing, I'm going to be unlocking the MiG-25 fairly quickly. They're the similar rank, so there should be no penalty of any kind. We'll see. My heat recycle system got updated. Had to use a couple of hours to get it up and running. They updated the app and we got that thing unlocked. Now I had the wrong oh. Well, the marvels of modern technology. If you didn't log in, you're screwed. Come on, Krulok, go away. Thank you. Spot that one. Well, this is not a fighter, so we're going to do that with a fighter, I suppose. Honestly, I'm doing okay considering how many meds I've swallowed. Oof. And goddamn, my legs and arms and back hurts. Oof. I just tried to stretch. That wasn't really the best idea. Ow. Ugh, is this an EC map? Doesn't look that way. 15 minutes should be enough. Well, I get an air spawn, but so does everybody else. So this thing struggles to even reach 950. Like, what does it say? What's the top speed? 1028. Jesus Christ. That's bad. And you know, it's a strike aircraft like an Su-25, but the Su-25 doesn't bleed speed like crazy. Plus, it has good missiles, multiple missiles, and, you know, definitely more ammo than this. So it's kind of not fair to compare those two. But if you want to do this in sim, unless somebody is camping your airfield, you can do it. I mean, I can do it right now with mouse and keyboard, which is actually maybe not a bad idea. Because all I'm doing is doing casts, so it's not like I'm going to be dogfighting. Well, we'll see if there is a lobby that's actually suitable. I can do with some fresh bread right now. I'm going to have to go to the store to get some bread as well, because despite me not really feeling hunger and stuff, I gotta force myself to eat something. But not quite yet. Nice thing about this store nearby, they have bread, fairly fresh bread, like all the way up to like 5 p.m. And honestly, this little micro oven that I got as a gift, it's really wonderful for making like warm sandwiches. Useful little thing. Question is, can I get to that base? If that base doesn't disappear, I'm gonna have to go higher, because I'm gonna have to trade altitude for speed the way it looks. fast approach, F5, too fast. Nice thing about that. What? He crashed. Okay. And yeah, those guys destroyed the base. Fuck's sakes. On water for 5 days. Oh. That sucks. My God, leave a fucking base for me, will ya? I'm in a slow-ass fucking plane. God damn it. I'm gonna have to wait for a base respawn if the enemy doesn't get wiped out by then. But I got 200 rounds. So, let's get some points at least. Don't have the belts yet. I should be able to wait 30 mil to destroy a pillbox, but it will definitely take more rounds. Let's put that to a test. Yeah, we can. Okay. What I don't like are those guys. So let's use these bombs. Cheeky and try to chase this guy, but see, in this thing, like, I'm going 750. He can go 1,000. He can outrun me. So, the bigger problem is he's going to turn and face me before I can get into proper firing range. So what I can do, maybe. He did not see that. Okay. Works for me. Oh, that's an all aspect. Okay. That'll do. Did some OBS playing yesterday, so now I have like 8 scenes for my webcam. Oh yeah, I mean, OBS has a lot of features like that. And you can, I think there is a way to get, I don't know if you have to pay for them, or there is probably like free transition scenes between. You can do that too. Stay there. That versus a Dorado, a slow ass plane. Just trying to get as many points as I can. Damn. 20 rounds should be enough if I get close. Nope. Okay. Well, I don't have barrel upgrades, so it scatters quite a lot. biggest issue is this guy is dragging him towards me. Although one kill and one, well, whether we win or lose, I'm gonna get the cover. I should reduce the weight a little bit. Wrong way. See how long it took to me to get the almost max speed for this thing? It takes a fucking century. Okay, sub just crashed, which leaves us with only one more guy. And it's a 105. Well, as long as people get in the missile range of that thing is dead. Question is whether any of those guys that are airborne actually have any missiles left. Probably not. Which is fine. So if I could get some more points, that'd be great too. But if this guy's smart, he's just gonna land and J out. And, you know, call it quits. Huh, seems like bases are not respawning. A little bit odd, but okay. Now, why this thing would do well in Sim, simply because the BR is fairly low, so if the bracket is favorable in Sim, you're not going to be facing a lot of planes with advanced radars, so that means you can slip through undetected, base bomb, or, you know, assault convoys, and that way get a lot of points. And honestly, that's something that I recommend to people to avoid frustration. People are scared of Sim like it's some form of a boogeyman, but it's not. And it can even be done with mouse and keyboard, even though I would recommend the flight stick and VR, obviously. But if you don't have it, it's not really a must, you know. For planes like this, mouse and keyboard is just fine. I think this one has CCIP, so let's see. Yes, it does. You see that little cross? That's a CCIP marker. So if you select proper ordnance, you're going to get that little cross, and you'll know exactly where the bombs are going to fall. So you don't really have to do base strafing runs if you don't want to. I'll take a look after this match to see what BRQ is available for Sim, because I could definitely get a hell of a lot more points in Sim than in this, because this is like a chance. You're in a strike aircraft, chances of an up tier are high in RB, and you know you're gonna get whacked before you get any points. So far I'm being lucky, let's be honest. This has nothing to do with the skill. you know, I've been just exploiting people's not paying attention, you know, things like that. But sooner or later, that luck is going to go away and you're just going to get absolutely decimated. So, in order to avoid frustration and make things easier upon you, you know, considering sim is not really a bad thing. And there you go. Dude got nuked. Oh, still, that's solid amount of points. How am I? Oh, did I pop a booster? I got 20,000 XP. What the fuck? I mean, I'm cool with that. We'll take this and we'll go wing repair because flight performance is more important now. Okay, this will reduce the mass by 75 kilos. Not a lot. This will increase top speed, but how much is this going to help? 102.4 kilograms of force to engine thrust. Not quite a lot. Sea Eagle, this is anti-ship missile, but we don't have ships that high, so this upgrade is going to be the last one. Okay, do we have a preset? Because when you go to sim, you want to make combined preset for doing that, purely air to air and, you know, purely ground, so you can edit on the fly. So let's go 1,000 pounds, 1,000, so 5 1,000s, like that. Okay, well, let's see what we have available in sim. If there is something available in sim. Air simulation, room lists. Not, this is not favorable. Because you see the bracket is between 10.7 and 11.7. What you want a bracket to be 9.7 to 10.7. So you're the highest BR plane. At 11.7, most likely I'm gonna be facing jets with advanced radars and advanced missiles, so I'm probably gonna get clapped super fast, but I'm willing to take it for a spin. So let's take Zhengzhou, Team A. But these brackets cycle every 12 hours. So, and this is a fairly small map. Okay. Well, first things first. SAS damping. Engine on. Doesn't tell how big the grid is. Normally, it should. Yeah, Mirage F1C. Goddamn. No, this is a strike aircraft. This might be a fighter. And this guy just joined in, so let's see. So this is mouse and keyboard, and I'm not going to use face tracking because there's really no point. I'm not going to be doing any dogfighting. Okay. Gear up. You know, the biggest problem of sim when people just, you know, nick a base like this and leave it be, because the bases are not going to respawn if you leave them in such states. attacking armor columns without AGMs is suicide, because the flak is going to shoot you down from 4 kilometers away in a heartbeat. So doing dumb bombs on flaks, not a good idea. But the problem is, this map is not really suitable for doing something like this, because it's small. The bases are respawning very close to the enemy airfield, so that means flak rads are gonna shoot at you. Yeah, it's not the best map for this. It's good for dogfighting because it's fairly small, but not exactly for this. Still, I am willing to try. I mean, I can try to attack this column, but the biggest issue is flax. So let's switch to CCIP. And why am I getting... oh, that's because of this. Disable. And yeah, there's an AA already locking me. So I'm probably going to get shot. Still, the enemy is in MiG-23M. It's not really good. You know, spotting ground units like this, it's also going to be fucking... oh, yep, here comes the flak. Yeah, that's why you don't engage these with with dumb bombs. You don't stand a chance versus flaks like this instead. So bases are the only viable option. But I wanted to test that, so I was correct. And that sucks. I mean, the SPAAs in Sim are brutal. Make no mistake, they're gonna shoot you down in a heartbeat. Although I don't really have anything better to do in War Thunder, considering that I finished the R400 event, and I had no desire to play naval for just a stupid gunboat. So this is gonna be like the first event that I skipped in a very long time, simply because it's not worth the grind. They completely ruined arcade naval, and in RB naval it's, I don't know. I mean, I'm just not in the mood for naval. No, I mean, I'm not in the mood for War Thunder, period, but what I've been thinking, because, I don't know, maybe a year ago or even so, there was like a Steam sale, and I bought a Half-Life bundle that I never really played. So I'm thinking about going to the store to get some bread to have breakfast and install something other to play. Just, you know, something chill, because honestly this requires a lot of focus, and considering the meds that I'm taking right now, focus is not really something that I have. Okay, we should turn north like that. Okay, so maybe we can get to that base, but I'm expecting to be intercepted by a fighter or something. Although definitely, oh well, Tornado IDS is using JDEMs. Okay. And he got killed by Masterbox 2. So this Mirage F1C Premium is insane in Sim. Masterbox 2s are glorious. It has a good radar. It flies fast. It's not the tightest when it comes to turn fighting, but you know, I mean, if you want to grind the French really fast, buy that premium Mirage and just go to Sim. You can unlock the entire tech tree in like 3 days. And there is a plane there. Shit, is that friend or foe? Friend or foe? Friend or foe? That's a tornado. Yeah, well, you encounter a plane like that, but considering that I didn't bring any missiles, probably shouldn't be pushing my luck. And besides, tornado can go twice my speed, so killing him would be a fucking miracle. So I wouldn't be surprised if he turned around and ghosted me. Also, this map, you know, base bombing on forest maps like this, it's a little bit difficult to spot the base if it's well concealed in trees. You gotta train your eye a little bit to spot it. And I bet that the enemy airfield is somewhere nearby because I'm being painted. Okay, switch to bombs. Looks like dead ahead. And you see there are like little cities, and I think I just overflow it, and I didn't recognize the fucking base because they're tiny fuckers, and that's probably an airfield missile. Shit. Fuck's sakes. Is that a base? Yes, it is. Okay. Just a little bit more. Bombs away. Base destroyed. Good. So 5 1000s, that's enough for a base destruction. Okay, good to know. But it's dangerously close to something. There's got to be another airfield nearby. So you do this, and you get a lot of XP. That's about it. Seeds from China. What kind of seeds? Careful and throttle down a little bit. I'm reaching my top speed. Wings are fluttering. There's the guy. That's the tornado. He is just flying way too fast, but if he's using JDAMs on ground units, yeah, he can do that. Okay, There's the airstrip. Slow down. Invasive species in chemistry. That looks like F-105. Yeah, I think. Yep. Okay, nice and easy. Off. Shoot out. And we're good. I'll do one more bombing run. And, you know, by the looks of the ticket counter, we're gonna win this. So, when the sim match ends, that's when the points are being given to you. So, you know, at some point I'm just gonna get, like, a lot of XP. Because honestly, this is not the map that I intend to play for very long. I prefer Sinai for things like this because it's easy to spot the maps, to spot the bases, and you know, overall it's just more enjoyable to play with attack planes rather than fighters. I could try to cap A. That gives some decent points. Though the more people are on point, the faster you cap is, obviously. So let's see if friendlies are actually going to join me. That also brings the tickets lower. There's the airfield. Okay, so I was right. Seems like our tornado guy left the game after destroying 34 ground units. So this guy is an Su-25. This guy, I have no idea what he is. But it should be fairly safe to cap A. I don't expect any enemy fighters. Thing is, I'm gonna have to do a series of turns to stay in Alpha Point, but I'm carrying bombs, so that's gonna make me slow as fuck.
Guide on me.
entering Alpha.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory
And as you can see, you have here bearings, so you don't even have to look at the map, but it's desirable so you don't exit this. So we're going to execute a left turn to bearing 270 once we get a little bit closer to that edge. We can do this. Like that. Ooh, I'm literally outside of the fucking marker. Jesus Christ. I waited for that turn a little bit too long. Hey Jacob, hi, Jacob, sorry. Cameron, how you doing, buddy? Dangerously close to that AI. It's not without the risk. Well, I've been better. I'm sick as a dog. But other than that, I guess I'm alright. Well, you guys are entering summer, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there's a guy trying to get on my tail, I think. Oh, that's a friendly. Okay. Why do you lock me, buddy? Yeah, that's a friendly. This being like a super small map, this grid is also super small, so it's kind of hard for me to time it right to stay in it. This goddamn AA is driving me nuts. Stop locking me, you ass. Left. Well, we might actually, because there is always a timeout if anybody joins the match, but currently there are no enemies, so there should be a win. Well, it would be great if I could manage to get to the base and drop this shit before this is over. Come on, secure that zone. Change course in order to stay inside for just a little bit longer. Okay, there we go, zone captured. I'm gonna go to the right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go and buy some soup, like instant soup and stuff, because I think my fever is coming back. Okay, switch to bombs. And, you know, if the match is gonna end soon, you'll see how much XP I'm gonna get just from bombing 2 bases and capturing 1 zone, plus 1 landing. So it definitely pays off to play Sim in terms of XP. Okay, that should be right in the money. Is that it? Yeah, that's gotta be it. Yep. As soon as you see those towers, that's a base. Bombs away. Base destroyed. Very good. What is my sim setup? Currently, I'm not using it. I'm literally using mouse and keyboard. Because for this, you don't really need a stick. And considering that it kind of hurts when I twist my neck, yeah, using face tracking is probably not the best idea. I just wanted to see, is it viable? But today is not really the best day for sim, for this plane at least, because it's the bottom of the bracket. I just want to see how much XP I'm gonna get from 2 bases in the cap. Ginger and lemongrass tea is good for a blocked head. Well, I suppose. But I can't really go splashing on stuff. I only got like 1/4 of my paycheck this month, so funds are a little bit thin. So, you know, regular tea will do. All right. There you have it, 10,000 XP, just like that. And you know, sim matches can last like an hour. I only played 24 minutes. So getting this amount of XP without being bullied by fighters while you're in a somewhat shit plane, this is actually not bad. But as you can see, the bracket is definitely not favorable considering what I was facing. So tomorrow, these brackets are going to change. So if I manage to be on top of the bracket, that means I'm not going to be facing planes with advanced radars and advanced missiles. And you could do a hell of a lot better than this. So spading this thing is not going to be a problem. Unlocking the next plane also not going to be a problem, because in the process you're getting additional points for every tier of modifications you complete. And the good news is, before they add the MiG-25, I'll be flying this thing in sim. But this thing is capable of dogfighting in sim, and it should be very fun to fly. So I'm kind of happy that I got this thing. Although I should probably get the bombs. What do we have by default? Do we even get some bombs by default, or just rockets? Just, well, 2100s. Okay. But if I'm not mistaken, this thing can carry enough bombs, 8 500s, that's enough for 2 bases per flyout. Yeah. And you can bring missiles along the way, because they don't share the same pylon. So nice thing about this, you can make a multi-role preset, and this thing was nasty to fight, especially when you deploy the wings. You fully extend them, you can turn fights. I surprised. I played the SU-17s, which is definitely worse playing than this, because this one has better engine output. And it was successfully dogfighting versus Mirages. So I'm expecting this thing is going to be like super fun to fly in sim. We'll see. But for the time being, because it's 9:15 and I gotta go and buy something to eat, I'm gonna stop the stream for the moment. And I'll be back later, because today is my day off. I got nothing better to do except resting and recovery. So I'll see you all in a little bit.